RS Central kicking, or I should say Polk County kicking back to RS Central. This one's going to sail out of bounds at the 25, which means they'll bring it up to the 35-yard line. A quick Mi Pablito scoring summary just a few minutes ago. Again, they got excellent field position. They were already on RS Central's side of the 50. A few plays later, we would see the young man by the name of McIntyre, Carlin McIntyre, 9-yard touchdown run, and the extra point was no good. And that's how we've now got a 48-28 Polk County lead. Mi Pablito, they can do it all, including margaritas, imported and domestic beers, wine and mixed drinks. That's a part of their restaurant, their bars, and you can learn more about Mi Pablito on their Facebook page. Gaston wanted to go to the air this time, and instead he's going to run out of the pocket, and he runs into a lot of tacklers, but still a 4 or 5 yard gain out to the 39.
Give all our listeners a home update. I just got an update on TJ game. TJ is now up 42-35 down there. 2 minutes left to go in that game. See if they can hold on and win that game. It'll be a tough win for them down there tonight.
Wow, that has been a good game. And again, I say East Gaston football is improving. We know what Thomas Jefferson's made of, and they needed to bounce back from that Shelby game. Let's hope they can go on to a victory. Gaston again looking to go to the air. He's going to go deep downfield. And it is caught. What a job on the far side of the field and down at the 20.
And welcome to the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show with Kevin Hastings and Dennis Davis.
Only do things incredible can, cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Welcome back to the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show with Kevin Hastings, Dennis Davis, and as always, JP here doing the introductions.
I think we're on. You got us in there, JP?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of
Vroom,
Lowell.
vroom.
Dennis, they've got everything down there. You've got jet skis, motorcycles, UTVs, ATVs, you name it, they got it. Full Throttle Powersports in Lowell. They just bought another company's inventory.
Wow.
So they've got.
So they have a rocket ship now.
They got all their stuff. If they put it all together, JP,
Okay. Gotcha.
they may have a rocket ship. If they put it all together, maybe.
Maybe.
If only I could afford that.
Yeah. I think everybody thinks that's some Dennis.
Welcome, everybody, to the post-game show. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Dennis Davis. Welcome. Dennis, you wave over our camera up there.
Good to see you guys.
We're sitting at, you guys, it looks like we are kind of sitting in the dark a little bit. We've got a new board up, Dennis. And
Fancy, man. High tech.
Got
Kevin has gone above and beyond. State of the art.
Yep. So we're playing with that. We're going to get to know that a little bit more. I may, Dennis, with my highlights, have some, what do you call, some telestration.
Telestration.
Yeah.
You are the John Madden of radio.
I'm going to give you some Madden highlights here in a little bit. We've got scores, highlights, and more to talk about tonight, and I know that's what everybody's tuned in for, so let me put the scoreboard up so everybody watching at home. If you're listening on the radio out there, you can watch the post-game show live on YouTube every Friday night. You can watch the pregame show, the Red Zone, and the postgame show live every Friday night, like I said, on KTC Broadcasting YouTube page. So if you're looking at the scoreboard right now, black numbers are finals, folks. Black numbers are finals. Red numbers are the latest we have. That doesn't mean that's the most current up-to-date. That is the latest we have. So we are going to go with those for right now for folks following along on that. The Ligaden score is final. I'm going to change that to black in just a moment. Dennis is making notes right now. Dennis, you got notes on some finals?
I've got notes on some finals, and actually now, Kevin, I can see the black numbers and the red numbers on this new screen. Your technology is working out.
All right, Dennis, give the finals that we have right now, and I'm going to go through and update some as we go.
Oh, looking at the board here, let's just start with the Patton Cherryville game. Coach Pruitt, great effort. 22-14 tonight. Patton beats Cherryville, but a great effort on your part. In finals, Burns over Bessemer City tonight, 42-0. Hey, and if your heart's not in your throat tonight, all that stuff I said about Crest at halftime, forget it. And it was just in the studio. But the final score there tonight is Crest 27, South Point 26, after being down 14 points in the fourth quarter, Kevin. Great comeback for the Chargers.
Yeah, yes, it was. Now we've got one of our announcers has already called in, Dennis. So
let's turn it over to him.
I think we have Mr. Cinefani on the phone.
Oh, right,
and
Tommy.
He was over in Bessemer City tonight for the Q Tucker Invitational this week in the Southern Piedmont 1A2A. Burns 42-0 victory.
Hey,
Burns 42.
The comments of Tom Cinefani do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of KTC Broadcasting. So sorry about that, but
that's okay, Tom.
I'm watching some of these games. You have to wonder about the conference, but 42-0 wasn't really even that close. 35-0 at halftime. Bessemer did have a pretty good drive on their first possession, kept the ball about 6 minutes, but once Burns committed some extra guys to the box, and really, I mean, they had safeties flying up and stopping the run, and Holmes for Bessemer City, good player, big kid, plays quarterback for him. But once you start putting 8, 9, 10 guys in the box, I mean, there's not a whole lot he can do. And once Burns shut down the ground game and their players in space, Allen had a touchdown and Thompson had an 81-yard touchdown. They just could not run with the Burns players in space. This one was over early. I want to go ahead and say our overall players game. Our sales sponsor that, we appreciate that. Ben Moody was 9 for 11, 213 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and also ran for another touchdown. So just a great night for Ben Moody. I don't know what his QBR would be, but it'd be pretty high.
All right, Tom, if you're fading in and out, if you're riding back through the country and between Bessemer and Cherryville, there's a section there that you lose signal if that's the way you're coming home instead of out on 74. Final just came across. Kings Mountain wins 28-14 there, Dennis. So, Dennis, you can write that one down. Kings Mountain,
yeah, that's what I've got.
Over Farsview. That ended up being the final there. So, Tom, you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. That sounds a little better, actually.
Okay, when did I cut out?
We heard you were going to name the MVPs of the game. You're about to name the MVPs of the game.
Okay, Ben Mooney, 9 for 11, 213 yards, threw for 4 touchdowns, ran for another.
Tom, one thing I want to note, because I know your friends, Coach Cognell and Chase lost tonight to the Hendersonville Bearcats. That will have some bearing on Burns as they progress on into the playoffs. It was not pretty. Chase had 9. Hendersonville had 42. I was real big on Chase being in the playoffs and giving you guys and Shelby maybe some fits this year. I don't want to dwell on it, but I think that's an advantage Burns now as far as seeding.
Yeah, they've got, Burns has got some tough games coming up. I'm not sure. I didn't hear if you guys said who won the Thomas Jefferson East Gaston game.
Last score we got was in the late in the game. It was still 35-35.
Yeah, I don't think either one of those games is going to be easy, Dennis. I think Burns should win both of those games. I don't think they're going to walk on the field and win. But if they're able to take care of business against East Gaston and Thomas Jefferson, and then you're setting up, the big one with Shelby. If you talk about seeding, I do. I hate it for Coach Cogdell. I thought that would be a more competitive game with Hendersonville. I know Hendersonville is very good, and that's another team you're going to have to worry about down the line. But, yeah, when you're talking about playoff seeding, you always have to keep in mind what other folks are doing, but you got to take care of your own business on the field. And I just hope that Burns doesn't look back. You can't look past Thomas Jefferson. You can't look past East Gaston either. I think both of those have a chance to beat them. And they also have Cherryville on the schedule. I think that's a game they should win. And then the big one with Shelby. But Shelby's really playing some good ball now. Some big wins in their last couple of games. They won't probably get challenged until Burns is going to set up for all the Marbles games coming up in just a few weeks.
Well, Shelby was favored by 70 tonight, Tom, if that gives you some idea of the Quay Tucker Bowl. But one other thing.
Yeah, it was. I heard the score, and that game was 72-0. And that was the score last week, 72-0. And that's what kind of prompted my opinion on the powers that be in North Carolina. And I hope some of them see some of these scores to see, it's just from the what were they thinking department. What are they thinking putting Highland Tech in a football conference with Shelby and Burns? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. And I think Kevin's, if you listen to Saturday Morning Sports Talk, Kevin has said people are going to get hurt. And that's true. I mean, I saw it tonight. Bessemer City's got a lot of guys going both ways, playing against a physical team that's, outmanned you a little bit. And I don't know what the politics are behind it. Who knows who and who pulls the strings to get these conferences made. What would make a whole lot more sense to me is a Lincoln-Cleveland or Lincoln-Rutherford contest. Instead, you've got schools like Shelby and Burns, bigger 2A schools with good football populations playing smaller 1A schools. It makes no sense, Dennis. And it's really taken, if you're a Burns fan, you're like, okay, yeah, we're excited. We won our last two games. We won 114-0. But how's that getting you ready for the playoffs? How's that getting you ready for the playoffs? I mean, how's that getting you ready for Shelby? How's that getting you ready for Hendersonville? It's not. And that's why I kind of call out the powers that be up in Chapel Hill because, lack of better words, they've done a terrible disservice to not only our kids but their kids too.
Right.
That there could be some more competitive games for your smaller schools that don't have as many guys. I mean, if you don't have many kids in the school, you don't have as many athletes, and you start matching up with schools that are bigger and have more athletes. I mean, it's just not fair. It's not good for competition. And for lack of better words, it's just stupid, guys. So I hope they do something about this. I don't know if they will. I mean, we're North Carolina. We're a good state that creates problems for ourselves. So hopefully by some kind of miracle, we'll get this straightened out.
Let's hope it doesn't last 4 years like it usually does. Tom, you got any questions about any games tonight? I don't want to bring up the Crest South Point game, but I'll be happy to fill you in on a little exciting game there if you want some.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I heard you talking about that. I knew Crest was down 14-0 early.
Yeah,
that surprised me, Dennis. I've seen Crest a few times. I think the quarterback Husky. I think he's improving week to week. I think the Green boys they have there, Carter Green and Willie Green's little brothers over there too. Wide receiver, I believe it's Javarius Green.
Yeah,
they've got some athletes over there, and I think they're improving. And that defense with Hall and Beeson and a few of those other guys on defense, I've been impressed with that Crest team. I've not seen South Point. I expected Crest to win that game. They fell behind early, but good job for them coming back and winning that game.
Well, I'm going to have to name Crest the cardiac kids because they're giving their fans heart attacks the way they're playing, but they win. And that's the thing. They don't give up. They keep digging. You're down 14 points in the fourth quarter, Tom. and you rally and beat South Point, which is a methodical, drive it down the field kind of team. So hats off to them. I take back all I said about them at halftime.
Yeah, I think they're going to be there at the end, Dennis. I really do. They're going to make some noise in the playoffs. They've got enough on both sides of the ball, and they're pretty good up front, especially on the defensive line. So, congratulations to them. It's always a big victory when you beat South Point. I know that they've had some tough games in the past, and I'm glad to see South Point playing in that 3A conference.
Yeah.
That's good competition for them, and playing the Crest and the Kings Mountains, and that is actually a pretty good football conference. That Forest View team was hanging in there tonight. Who were they playing, Dennis? Who was Forest View playing?
Forest View is playing Kings Mountain tonight, and
Kings Mountain won the game, right?
28-14 Kings Mountain, but that's
Forest View I think is a little better than people think.
Yes.
And I that they gave Kings Mountain a tough game.
That quarterback's good.
I think week to week, the Kings Mountain and Crest are continue to improve, and they're the ones that are going to be there at the end in that conference.
They just need to smooth it out. Who's Burns got next week, Tommy? Who's your draw?
Well, we have Thomas Jefferson. I believe that's going to be covered on Waggy next week.
Yeah.
So Foster and the guys will be covering that game. But like I said, that's a big game. I think Thomas Jefferson has a couple guys. One guy I think is committed to Virginia or a big D1 school. So they've got a little talent over there at Thomas Jefferson, and I hope our boys don't think they're just going to show up and beat them. So they better prepare. And I will say one thing is they better clean up the penalties. They had I think about 120 yards in penalties tonight. So I mean, you're going to get away with that maybe when you've outmanned the competition, but as the competition gets better, that's got to improve for Burns if they want to make a deep playoff run this year.
Well, if you're not busy next Friday night, Tommy, I hear that Crest and Shelby are playing. That might be exciting.
Yeah, I don't know where Mr. Hastings will deploy me, but wherever I go, I know I'm going to see a good ball game somewhere. So if it's at Shelby, it's at Burns, or anywhere of our family of networks, we got great broadcasters and great coverage, a lot of guys covering and doing the filming and the tweeting and make the show possible. So I'm ready for whatever, and I'll be ready for a Saturday morning sports talk in the morning.
Well,
so I'm going to let you guys take care of the rest of the scores. I appreciate it. Have a good night, Kevin. I'll see you in the morning.
All right, Tommy. Thank you for everything you do.
All right, man.
Tom Sinafani down at Bessemer City tonight. Yellow Jackets falling 42-0. Dennis, kind of talked about that before the game. I said, it's just not a matchup this year for Bessemer.
No,
we don't have the. I can tell you, if they would have beat East Gaston, I'd have said, we're going to give a run at Burns. But
in a good year,
it wasn't.
In a good year, Bessemer City and Burns.
We need a good year, and they need a bad year.
Yeah,
and we can compete with them. But it's just 42-0. It's not what we got now. It's not. It's you're talking about the kids about coming out. How do you tell a kid at Highland Tech, hey, come out for a football team in 3 or 4 games? The state's going to make you go out there and get hurt.
Well, it's like I want you to go to school today, Kevin. Now the bully's going to beat your butt.
And then while you're doing that, the teachers are going to sell hot dogs and have a good time.
Good.
While you guys are getting run over by everybody. Real quick note: people asking about Maiden. Maiden is playing tomorrow against West Caldwell. And Dennis, we got something that you and me got to do right quick.
Take a break?
No, we've got to say hello to a friend watching down east. He's
okay.
Part of the show. So wave at your camera and say hello, Will Boykins.
Hey, Will Boykins.
Hello, Will Boykins.
What's up,
How
Will?
You doing, Will? I still got my.
Hey, how about them Chargers and Will? Aaron Rodgers is not dead. He is still alive.
Do we got a caller, JP? JP, do we have a caller right now? Is someone online?
I want to hear from Trey Albright. Trey, pick up your phone.
JP, is someone online? Well, put somebody on the line. Whoever's called in, put them on. See if you can get them on the line, and we'll talk to them. Will, I'll get to you in just a few minutes. I got a couple of people trying to call in. Okay, it might have been Robbie. Yeah, it was probably Robbie then. So I tell you what, let's get regrouped. Well, I do want to say real quick, I want to poo-poo on your being happy about South Point victory.
Hey, I mean,
Dennis.
Oh, listen, you know where I was at.
If I'm correct, I don't believe they made the playoffs in the spring. And if I remember correctly, the last time they were in the playoffs, they got beat at West Lincoln.
You're talking about South Point. Well,
right.
Actually, they were 2A then.
Right. So before we start pinning blue ribbons on ourselves in Bowling Springs tonight, the last time they had a tough game, they got beat by the West Lincoln Rebels. So South Point might not be what you think. You got somebody now, JP?
Yes, the guy from the Crest game.
Who do I got now?
Hello.
Yes.
Is this Rob?
This is Trey.
Oh,
Hey, Trey, you answered my call.
Hey, I was trying to call in, Dennis. I had to call back. So when you asked me to call, I'll oblige. I mean, I haven't seen you in a while, so, I'll give you a call back about them mighty Chargers tonight.
Well, it was a interesting game, I'll put it that way. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, Dennis, I can't remember a South Point Crest game to go like that. Usually when you get down South Point 14-0, that's about like 21-28-0 the way they control the ball and control the clock and run it and get 3-4 yards when they fall down. And, it's a difficult offense to defend. And, man, I'm telling you, man, this Crest team just fought. They might not have had their best night offensively, but they had.
Sorry, Trey. We had a little problem there, technical difficulties. Okay.
We're waiting on calls from some of our people that work for us from some of the games that went to us. We're waiting on. We're going to talk to Robbie Roop here in a minute. We're going to talk to Will Boykin, Steve Degree, and more. JP, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize.
It's time to go picking at Gaston Pickers in Gastonia. They are now open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m., Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5. Come check it all out. 28,000 square feet of vendors with antiques, collectibles, furniture, and more. And vendor space is available by calling 704-852-7055. Check out some of the booths at whatsupshopper.com and online at GastonPickers.net. Like them on Facebook too. Gaston Pickers, 503 Long Avenue in Gastonia, or exit 19 off I-85. Your local train comfort specialist, Roland Black Heating and Cooling, has been serving Gaston County with quality-built train heating and air conditioning systems for over 45 years. Hurry and call today to check out the great deals on train systems offered by Roland Black Heating and Cooling. Whether it's commercial or residential, Train is there for you. Ask about your new, super efficient Train XV20i today. Call Roland Black for all the details, 704-865-1375, or go online at rolandblack.com and request an appointment. Again, call 704-865-1375. Roland Black Heating and Cooling, 501 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.
What's the best way to explain the golf at Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden? It's world-class golf for the working class. Yes, golf is never better than it is at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden, with special programs for seniors, men, ladies, and juniors, plus a driving range, banquet facilities, and a swimming pool, picnic area, and more. For your tee time or other questions, call 828-428-2451. The Glen Oaks Golf Course, 245 Golf Course Road in Maiden. It's world class for the working class.
If you are a hunter, listen up, because we've got good news from the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. They have selected guns and crossbows on sale. The Charles Daly Tactical Pump Shotgun, regular $249, now $219. The Escort Slugger Pump Shotgun, sale priced at $199. Wicked Ridge 370 crossbows are $649, and Excalibur crossbows are $799 at the Great Outdoors. Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right behind McDonald's. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. GSM Services is proud to sponsor high school football. GSM helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. They provide high-quality home and commercial improvement services, such as heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dry vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much more.
Who's this?
GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer the guidance to help you choose the right options for your home and business comfort needs. Call them today at 1-800-NEW-COOL. Again, 1-800-NEW-COOL for GSM services.
Hello, this is Cherryville Mayor H.L. Beam, and I am running for re-election on November the 2nd. Our city has many projects in the town area, as well as our entire city, and I am the best candidate to work in harmony with our city council to complete these projects. I have and will always love this city and its citizens. My pledge and promise is to always do what is best for our citizens. Vote H.L. Beam on November the 2nd for mayor. Thank you, and go Ironmen.
Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center in downtown Lincoln has the latest hearing instrument technology from Starkey. They're able to provide remote care from the comfort of your own home. These hearing aids are now covered by Medicare supplements.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I don't think we can do it.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports. I'm sorry. We are back on the Full Throttle post-game show. I work so many Saturday mornings, for sometimes I forget that I'm here on Friday nights doing the post-game show. I always want to say, welcome to Saturday Morning Sports Talk. We're Full Throttle Powersports post-game show.
Full Throttle Powersports North Carolina post-game show. I do want to announce to everybody that's calling right now, or trying to call, we're only taking callers of our announcers and folks that work with us. So if you're not one of our announcers and you don't work with us, we're trying to take, we've got a lot of stuff to do, folks. This isn't a call-in show for fans anymore. It's strictly scores, strictly folks that work with us. And if you don't like our show or want to watch or listen to another show, feel free to tune into Dennis, Crest, and South Point have their own broadcast.
Yeah.
Feel free to tune in their post-game show. Tune into the Crest Chargers post-game network. Tune into the South Point post-game network. Tune into the Kings Mountain post-game network. We're not allowed to go places and do things, and we can't help. Someone called earlier and called us trash because we weren't doing the game they wanted to listen to. We don't choose a lot of these games that we do, folks. 99% of the time, we want to do the best games, but we can't because the schools won't allow us. The schools don't have room. So don't call me talking about this trash, this not. If you don't like our post-game show, you want to be a part of someone else, call the Crest post-game show and listen to that one. Call Andy and Tim and all of them. Call Kings Mountain show. Call South Point show. Don't call me. I'm tired of it. We're the only people around in the area in the state that does things like this, Dennis. And, people just stab you in the back all the time around here. And we've been over back for 35 years around here. And at some point, you got to say no to some things and just call it a day. But anyway, we got scores and more around the area. Dennis, I've got some of the local scores. There's a few that are come straggling in a little bit late here and there. But give what we got.
Well, listen, one of the games I want to talk about was broadcast right here on WLON, and that was Bandy's versus Lincolnton. And I want to give credit to the Wolves. They are on a winning streak right now. We talked about it on the pregame show. They've won 2 in a row because they beat Bandy's tonight 27-7. So congratulations, Wolves. Tom Senefani gave you the Burns-Bessemer City score. Nothing to brag about, but Burns beat Bessemer City, who is undermanned, 42-0. We don't have a final on the Polk and RS yet. We do have a final on the Patton-Cherryville game. Patton won tonight 22-14. I'm showing a surprising score to me, Kevin, because I thought that Chase was on a roll. They had some quality players. They've got a great running back, but they got beat by Hendersonville tonight, 35-9, and that was really surprising to me. Don't have a final yet on the Jefferson East Gaston game, but I do have a final on Kings Mountain Forest View. Kings Mountain 28, Forest View 14. Of course, you heard us talk about the South Point Crest game. In a squeaker and a slobber knocker, it was Crest 27 over South Point 26. And Kevin, you did point out that South Point was 2A in the spring and that they didn't make the playoffs. And so maybe it's not as big a victory, but it is a series.
Now Huss, when they did these, they volunteered to move up 3A and play
yes.
in their conference. I don't know how that went with the state. The Rutherford County schools not wanting to play Thomas Jefferson, and the certain schools not wanting to play others. Huss moved up to play in 3A, and for that they've been slaughtered in every game they've played. But they took it by the horns and said, we're going to do it. And some folks have said, well, why didn't Shelby and Burns do that?
Exactly my next question. With
that said, yes, they could, but then some teams, I see these, you're stuck in the 2A, 1A, not that good a football team. Some teams can't move down, and they should. But again, there should have been a bigger fight in that conference.
Well, let's go back to a point that you've made several times, Kevin. Maybe we should categorize these schools not on the student population, but on the number of players available.
Football roster size, completely different. Between the schools and that. Like, again, Dennis, they're talking about, they're talking, you're counting girls. You're counting non-playing football, baseball player. Every baseball team in the state of North Carolina, for the most part, has, 15 people?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
You got that. So every basketball team's got 10 to 12 people.
Yeah, usually about 12.
Not count, some girls teams don't have the participation. But for the most part, that in every one of those sports, every baseball team has 9 players, Dennis.
Yep.
But in football, you really need 22 to have a good team.
Or more.
Starters.
Or more.
Right. Most teams have backups. It used to blow my mind when I was talking to people in college, be like, what position you play? And they'd be like, linebacker. I'm like, and? I'm like, what'd you play? Let's see. The senior, which year? So let's go senior. Quarterback, safety, punter, the kicker for kickoff. If we were going to go for 1, I kicked it. If we were going to go for 2, I got the ball and faked it.
And you didn't come off the field.
I did come off the field on kickoffs and kick returns. That's the only break I got. And that's why it's just, these, and I'm not just saying that myself, I'm saying every kid at Highland Tech or Cherryville or them playing in this conference.
Playing their little butts off.
They're playing 2 ways. I want to look at Huss's roster size because last year, 2 years ago, because in the spring all the numbers were crazy and didn't get reported right. But 2 years ago, in the fall, Ashbrook had the most students in the area and had 25 football players.
Yeah.
So by the state standards, they're a 3A, almost a 4A school by that. But by roster size, they got the same number of players as Bessemer and Cherryville.
And then you look at a school, of course, it's 4A like Myers Park with over 3,000 students. Question is how many of those play football?
Right. I mean, it's, again, how many football population? I forgot. We do got a caller. I'm sorry. So sorry for the caller online. Jeff Miller's on the line. I went crazy for a second.
Jeff.
I started looking at my notes. Jeff's been on the line holding for a while, trying to get these phones settled. Jeff, good to hear from you. It's been a while, brother. I'm guessing. Let's see if I can guess where you were at tonight. Forest View, Kings Mountain.
Actually, I went to the Hunter Huss Stuart Kramer game.
Oh, I was wrong. Well, we don't have a final for that, Jeff. So tell us about what happened because we don't have anything. But 7-0.
Stuart Kramer won 33-8 over Hunter Huss.
33-8.
33-8.
Well, Jeff, I've got one question. I was looking at some predictions, and I noticed that the Carolina varsity picked South Point by 3 over Crest.
Yep. I'm sorry, my GPS is going off.
No problem.
But yeah, what predictions did you hear?
South Point 3 over Crest.
Yeah, that was me that made that prediction.
I thought that might be you, and I just wanted to make sure that I got a chance to mention that to you. In fun.
Oh, yes. I mean, I wasn't going to predict a blowout. I was going to predict a very, very, very tightly contested ball game right there.
Well, in the fourth quarter, you could have said 14 and probably won, but, things happen in football games.
I mean, never count Crest out. I mean, I've learned that, when Crest had a very young team a couple of years ago. I mean, I did not have very high hopes for them that year, and then they end up winning the conference.
Well, enough about Crest, Jeff. You tell us what's on your mind.
All right. I went to watch Stuart Kramer play Hunter Huss. I mean, it was tightly contested in the first quarter. I mean, Stuart Kramer started off fast with a 7-0 lead, but then sort of started, sputtering, and then Hunter Huss backed him up, with a safety. They got a safety to make it 7-2, and then Stuart Kramer extended their lead 14-2. In the second quarter, and that was the halftime score. I mean, that Justin Rockmore kid, I mean, he's a baller. I mean, he can hurt you running or passing.
Dynamic.
And he's got a solid cast around him, and in the second half, Stuart Kramer just went off.
If he would just put a little touch on that ball, he throws it like a bullet, and some of those kids can't quite handle it.
Yep. I mean, if he can polish up on a couple of things, I think he's going to have, Stuart Kramer, right? I mean, I think his senior year could be a big year for the Storm, depending on how much of his supporting cast returns. And, Huss scored a touchdown late in the game, to make it, the 33-8, when, Kramer started substituting.
Well, Jeff, I just want to say I appreciate the time and effort you put into looking at these teams and giving us your thoughts. And you've been good over the years to call in and share those thoughts with us. And we just want to thank you, Jeff, for being a part of our group here that contributes.
I was going to call you guys last week, but by the time I thought to call you, it was too late. And I was going to say, how about when the Jaguars returned home for the first time in a long time? A 24-0 win over Ashbrook last week.
And speaking of Ashbrook, they beat North Gaston tonight, 25-7. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm not surprised that Ashbrook beat North Gaston. Ashbrook is, I think they are in the same place this year that Hunter Huss was in 2015 with Jamar McCoy's second year. With the team at Hunter Huss, and Coach James is in his second year with, I think, if they can buy into his system and, basically trust his leadership, because, he is Ashbrook football. He played there a long time ago. He's the same age as I am. And, if they can buy in and, trust his leadership, I think Ashbrook could be on the same path that Hunter Huss was, under Coach Jamar McCoy. I think this is going to be some growing pains for Ashbrook this year. I think this is going to be some growing pains for Ashbrook this year, but, I think they follow him, the future is going to be bright. And, I think Force U and South Point, that game could come down to the South Point Force U matchup for the final. playoff spots.
Well, Coach had a rough start to the year being out with COVID for 3 weeks. And I'll be honest with you, Ashbrook's always had some talent, but I'm not sure they had the leadership since the days of Mike Briggs, which is going back quite a ways.
I think Darius James, I think they got a good leader in him, and, who's going to be willing to pick up that mantle, player-wise, who's going to be willing to pick up that mantle and be, the leader, to help Coach James out, because, you got to have kids that are good leaders too.
Well, Jeff, thank you for your contributions to our show. We've got a couple more callers here on the line, so be sure and don't forget to call us next time before it's too late.
I'm going to keep my notepad down to call you guys right after the game I cover next week.
Thank you, Jeff. All right.
Thank you.
Kevin, we're back.
I think if we hit the buttons right, JP's trying to do it, we might have a special caller from down east.
Oh, could it be the Will?
Maybe.
Okay.
As I said, we had to hit the buttons right. And he may have to call back. Does he have to call back, JP? Because he called just a hair too early, I believe. JP's in there talking to him on speakerphone, I think. All right, let's give the scores real quick. 22-14, Patton over Cherryville. Hendersonville 42-9 over Chase. 42-35, East Gaston over Thomas Jefferson. Burns 42-0 over Bessemer City. Kings Mountain 28-14 over Forest View. Crest 27-26 over South Point. Kramer 33-8 over Huss. East Lincoln 45-0 over West Iredale. Statesville 56-0 over Ford. Hickory 43-15 over St. Stephen's, and North Lincoln 15-0 over North Iredale. Bunker Hill Bears 15-7 over West Lincoln. Lincoln 27-7 over Bandy's. Watauga 56-22 over South Caldwell. Alexander Central 42-36 over Ashe County. High Brighton 42-14 over Freedom.
And Franklin over Pisgah tonight, 2017.
20-16 is the. Somebody put that on the line. It was 16, not 17. On
Go
that
ahead,
final.
Kevin. I'm sorry for the interruption.
No, that's fine. Let's see. High Brighton 42-14 over Freedom. Origami score of the night, or Scoregami score of the night, Dennis. Asheville 6, Reynolds 5.
Wow. What inning was that?
I don't know. It went to win extras. 53-13 McDowell over North Bunker. 28-21.
Thank you, JP.
Yeah. That wasn't a final. Tuscola 37-0 over North Henderson. That's a final. Madison 48-0 over Rosman. Murphy Bulldogs 29-28 over Cherokee. Mountain Heritage 37-6 over the Owen Warhorses. Robbinsville played someone else tonight. It wasn't Swain County. They played someone in South Carolina. I don't have the final on that. I just put postpone on that. And then Franklin 20-16 over the Pisgah Bears. And we are talking to someone whose favorite NFL team got beat 38-3 by Jameis Winston. Welcome, Will Boykins, all the way in from.
So you gonna talk about one loss, and you're not gonna talk about the other wins. But that's okay. That's not typical Kevin.
Who did you call, Will? What did you expect?
Hey, I called my cohorts back at KTC broadcast, and I just wanted to say hello. I've been keeping up, been watching every Friday night. Guys, don't let everybody bother y'all. Just keep doing what you're doing. They gonna call anyway. They've been calling for all these years we've been working together. They gonna keep calling. So just keep doing what you do. Hey, Dennis, I love your excitement about the score in the Crest game.
Well, I tell you what, Will, at halftime, I said some things I probably shouldn't have said, but by the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, I had repented of my sins.
When I turned the TV on and I seen the score, I think I said some of them same verses that you were saying at halftime, and tried to get it all cleaned up. But when I seen the end score, but those guys at Crest are really they've been battling all year. That conference is a wild conference, like Kings Mountain, South Point and Crest. I really thought that was going to be like UD dominant, but that conference is wide open right now. It really is.
And we got Shelby next week in a non-conference game, followed by who is it the next week, Kevin? I can't remember.
I don't know who y'all
Forest
play.
View or somebody like that. And then we finish up the season with Kings Mountain, of course.
I'm telling you, that don't even go past next week.
Yeah.
That is the biggest game in North Carolina next week. I don't care if Shelby is 2A and Chris is 3A. That game is the biggest game in North Carolina next week. The Shelby Chris game.
A blood
It'll
game.
be 10 or 15,000 people in the stadium at that game.
It's a meaningless exhibition game.
Yeah, well, you're true.
It's never meaningless when it's Cleveland County.
But then so
I understand
Shelby.
that y'all got the belt in y'all pass back and forth between Cherville and Bessemer City. That game was never meaningless to you guys. Even when y'all played in I think it was a couple of years ago, and Cherville won the first meeting. Y'all played 2 times in the same year. One was a non-conference meeting. That wasn't a meaningless game.
Who's that handsome
Talking
dude?
about the biggest rival in North Carolina.
Who's that handsome dude on the screen? Is that Will Smith?
I don't know if that's Will Smith or not. I'm pretty sure.
Does the Shelby?
Pretty sure that's not.
It might be Shaq. I'm not sure.
Does the Shelby?
Somebody called me Shaq last night. That's crazy that you said that. He didn't even know I did sports, and he called me Shaq last. Hey man, you look like a little Shaq with your bald head and your beard. I was like, no.
Well, you're denouncing celebrity. I know, Will. You don't want to be a celebrity
I miss being in the studio with my celebrity. I mean, being stuck up here in Raleigh. I miss the caliber of football we see in Gaston and Cleveland County and Lincoln County as well. Going to the atmosphere at those games is totally different than the atmosphere at these games out east. It really is. Football is a whole lot bigger where we're from down in that area, but it's not. I think they sport up here as basketball because it's not as big. They don't draw a biggest crowd.
Well, at least maybe you can slip off and see Havelock or somebody play a little bit down there. Newburn or
One
something.
more for 4. I don't think Havelock want anybody from Crest in their stadium ever again.
Well, we did rock their world a little bit when they were singing their songs that time. So.
Yeah, I mean, you let a man run, 5, 6 touchdowns on you, it kind of rocks your world just a little bit.
Well, I still recall, and I don't want to point out anything negative, but when we played Southern Durham, was it northeastern or northwestern Guilford County, and they had this wide receiver named Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
and he touched
I remember
us for
that, man.
a touchdown to win a state championship. Anyway, long story
I was
short.
going to tell you, don't talk about that Southern Durham game. We don't ever want to talk about that snake fight again.
And what was so bad was my daughter worked at Southern Durham, so I had to listen to her in the booth over there.
Kevin, if you don't get my picture off this screen.
It's that green and gold sweater vest you got on.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Showing your roots.
Listen, the new scoreboard y'all put up, I was watching that earlier. Kevin, that is super. That is a great, great, great scoreboard you got up there.
You wouldn't believe the money that he spent to get this technology for us.
I'm glad I'm not in there with all that technology. Sound like they're having a go with it.
Sorry, you couldn't hear me there. All the new technology we got nailed down. It looks like we can't handle the phones is the problem. It's issues that people don't have any idea about because of the radiation coming out of the radio tower and the phones. It's a mess. And none of the phone companies have an answer. All right. Looking forward ahead, you guys were asking as far as radio schedule goes. WHS, Crest, and Shelby next week. Bessemer at Shelby after that. That Hunter Hust at Crest game will probably be someone else. And then Burns at Shelby to end the season. I think that Hunter Hust Crest week we may be doing Shelby at East Gaston. Maybe all Shelby the last 4 weeks. I'm not sure. I got to look at that. West Lincoln at Newton Conover next week. St. Stephen's at East Lincoln. Maiden at Lincoln, and Lincoln at West Lincoln finish it up.
That Maiden Lincoln game, is that going to be a good game? I've not kept up with West Lincoln to know whether I haven't been seeing enough of the Lincoln County side.
Well, Maiden is 5-0, and Lincoln is 2-4. So, no.
Okay.
No.
But they did beat Bandy's tonight.
Well, Penrose on their nose.
and a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then.
I mean, it does. I mean, they necessarily don't knock them out of that game. That we still play football. They flip the coin at the beginning. They kick it off, and they see who the best man is. So it's still a chance that they could possibly win.
Well, as long as my team don't get beat by a team quarterback by Jameis Winston. That is the only thing.
Wait a minute. Which one of your teams? Who's your team?
Cleveland Browns, baby. America's team.
Oh, okay. Okay. You back with Cleveland Browns. I didn't know you flip-flop so much. Sometimes you're a Cowboy, and sometimes you're...
5 years ago, I pulled for the Cowboys, and then they started a rookie quarterback against Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I decided Jerry Jones rather so high.
It wouldn't have mattered who they started against Aaron Rodgers in that playoff game. They could have started whoever they had. They could have started every quarterback they ever had in that game would have went the same way. You do know that.
No, because you know why? Because I got one question for you, and let's see what you say. Did Dez catch it?
No. We all know that was not a catch. The ball bounced off the ground. Please, stop. Stop with the catch. You can't go back and get that playoff victory. Stop with the catch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, let's look in the future then. This coming Sunday, the undefeated Panthers take on the 2-1 Cowboys. Your prediction, Will?
Listen, that's going to be a good game because the Panthers' defense is a whole lot better than people are giving credit for.
Correct. And pass rush. If they can get to Dax, they can win the game, even though they don't have.
Yeah, they definitely got to slow down Dak. If the running game ain't going through Zeke, they got to stop Pollard with the running game because Pollard once started all that trouble with the running game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Dallas is rolling, and they have played a little stiffer competition. But I think Carolina is rolling as well, and they looking for that marquee game to put that game out. So I think this is the game that they're going to excel in. I'm taking the Panthers.
Well, Will, you nailed it a while ago. They flip the coin, and then you line up and play.
Absolutely. That's why they play every Sunday. That's why they play every Friday. That's why the JV play on Thursday nights. That's why the junior high play, or not junior high, that's middle school now. That's why the middle school play on Wednesday. You flip the coin and you play ball, and at the end of the day, the best team wins.
There you go.
The best team that day.
All right. Kevin, it's all
Hey,
yours.
guys. It was great talking with you. I'm going to jump off the phone. I'm going to finish watching the show. I'm going to watch these highlights y'all got rolling. Awesome to talk with you. I wish I could be back in the studio. Maybe I get a weekend off and I can get back in the studio. I miss hanging out, and I know y'all got some good food up there. Who feeding y'all now?
Fats is from Shelby's feeding us on Friday nights right now.
My.
I had a grilled chicken Caesar salad.
I started to have it, but then I switched over.
Dennis about took a bite or two out of it before he found his salad.
Yeah,
we'll get you a steak, though, Will.
Yeah, I'm getting the firecracker shrimp pasta. It's good.
There you go, JP's
firecracker shrimp pasta.
Yeah.
That's a straight trip to the ER for me.
It might be a straight trip somewhere else.
Listen, I'm enjoying it, everything. I hope y'all keep doing everything y'all doing because it keeps me on this side of the world in tune with back home. It makes me feel good, and I really appreciate everything y'all do at KTC.
All right, Will, before you go off, check out that drone shot there of Crest High School. That's Shannon Allen. Got him a little drone shot of the field there at the game. So
Hey, that's beautiful.
it's a nice little shot.
That brings back so many. Hey, Dennis, that brings back so many memories.
You see all the monuments down there in the corner?
Yes, sir. I know a lot about those monuments.
Is that where the pets are buried?
That's where who?
Is that where the team pets are buried? Is that the graveyard?
No, sir. Those monuments was for players that got killed.
I said dogs. The pet dogs. Is that where they bury the horses?
No, sir.
That's a regional.
That are the fallen charges, but they're not horses. They are real people that's on no monument.
Yeah.
And we could name a few, but we won't.
All right, guys. Will, you working tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right. So you want to give a little shout out? Somebody come see you, just in case.
Well, listen, guys. If y'all looking for a new car, if you're looking for a nice pre-owned, you can come and see old Will. Your cousin ain't changed. He's still selling cars. Don't be stubborn. Come and see your cousin. I'm at Fred Anderson Kia in Raleigh. If you can't make it to Raleigh, give me a call. I have the car shipped to you.
Ooh.
All right, buddy. Have a good night and good weekend, brother.
We'll see you guys. Thanks for letting me on.
All right, thank you. That's Will Boykins. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I think we're going to have maybe someone else. We'll be back in a minute. KTCBroadcasting.com.
If you're ready to make the great escape, do it with the #1 brand on the water. Yamaha Wave Runners are the most premium personal watercraft on the market, with industry-first features and exciting new products like the all-new 2021 VX Series with audio packages, the much-anticipated Superjet, and the new race-ready GP Series. This is Wave Runner country. See one today at Full Throttle Powersports, located at 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Laurel.
Your local train comfort specialist, Roland Black Heating and Cooling, has been serving Gaston County with quality-built train heating and air conditioning systems for over 45 years. Hurry and call today to check out the great deals on train systems offered by Roland Black Heating and Cooling. Whether it's commercial or residential, Train is there for you. Ask about your new, super efficient Train XV20i today. Call Roland Black for all the details, 704-865-1375, or go online at rolandblack.com and request an appointment. Again, call 704-865-1375. Roland Black Heating and Cooling, 501 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.
What's the best way to explain the golf at Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden? It's world-class golf for the working class. Yes, golf is never better than it is at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden, with special programs for seniors, men, ladies, and juniors, plus a driving range, banquet facilities, and a swimming pool, picnic area, and more. For your tee time or other questions, call 828-428-2451. The Glen Oaks Golf Course, 245 Golf Course Road in Maiden. It's world-class for the working class.
The Grooming Lady in Lincoln is having specials on all pets under 50 pounds. Bath only. That's right. Half off on bath packages that includes ear, nails, bath, and a Sanitrim. They have a whole new selection of pet products, and that's not all. Some products are on sale for 15 to 25% off. Let the Grooming Lady groom your pet with hugs, kisses, and love. Open Monday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8:30 to 1 p.m. 1573 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Call 980-429-2570. Like them on Facebook.
GSM Services is proud to sponsor high school football. GSM helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. They provide high-quality home and commercial improvement services, such as heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dry vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer the guidance to help you choose the right options for your home and business comfort needs. Call them today at 1-800-NEW-COOL. Again, 1-800-NEW-COOL for GSM services.
Are you looking for a security system for your home or business? Then look no further, folks. Ham Security in Lincoln is the #1 home and business security system installer in Lincoln, Gaston, Catawba, and Cleveland County. Family-owned business with over 40 years of service. Specialized in residential, commercial, small businesses, and they can even help you customize your security cameras. Let their devices and the latest generation technology protect and keep your family and business safe. Ham Security, 419 East Sycamore Street, Lincoln. Call at 704-732-7090. Ham Security, keeping families and businesses safe.
It's time to get your lawn ready for winter weather. It's time to head to Hojo Powersports and Equipment in Shelby for a brand new Z-Turf aerator, now in stock and ready to roll. Also check out the lines of Red Max, Husqvarna, and Shindawa trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus Ferris, Snapper Pro, Simplicity, Walker, and Hustler mowers. That's Hojo Powersports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.net.
The Home Place Restaurant and Catering in Lincoln has job openings. They need help in the back, fryers, packers, dishwasher, and second shift up front. Stop in and talk to Kim or Hamid about a great opportunity at the Home Place Restaurant and Catering, 1700 Highway 27 West, Lincoln, or call at 704-732-4371.
At Ingles, we're proud to partner with so many athletics organizations to bring you the very best of everything sports have to offer. And we're also proud to bring so many great game day options to you crazy fans out there, like the best meat in town, crisp, fresh produce, ice-cold beverages, and more. Whether you're loading up for that road trip or preparing for the homestand, we've got you covered. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Power Sports postgame show with Kevin and Dennis. And do you want me to go ahead and put him on?
Give me a sec. We got to read some scores.
Oh, we'll read some scores first.
22-14, Patton over Cherryville. Hendersonville, 42-9 over Chase. East Gaston, 42-37 over Jefferson. Burns, 42-0 over Bessemer City. Kings Mountain, 28-14 over Forest View. Crest wins 27-26 over South Point. Kramer, 33-8 over Hunter Huss. East Lincoln wins 45-0 over West Iredale. Statesville 56-0 over Ford. 43-15. Hickory wins over St. Stephen's. North Lincoln 50-0 over North Iredale. West Lincoln falls at Bunker Hill 15-7. Lincoln wins at Bandy's 27-7. So some wild scores in those games. That maybe some unpredictable scores in those games. A lot of people might not have seen. Watauga wins 56-22 over South Caldwell. Alexander Central 42-36 over Ashe County. High Brighton 42-14 over Freedom. Inca and Roberson was postponed. So was Swain County and Robbinsville. Asheville wins 6-5 over AC Reynolds. North Buncombe falls 53-13 at home against McDowell Titans. Tuscola Mountaineers win 37-0. Madison wins 48-0 over Rosman. That North Henderson's who lost to Tuscola 37-0. Murphy Bulldogs beat the Cherokee Braves 29-28 in Cherokee.
Wow.
Mountain Heritage 37-6 over the Owen Warhorses. Hayesville Yellow Jackets fall 24-0 to the Andrews Wildcats, and Franklin Panthers go on the road to beat the Pisgah Bears.
Yeah.
All right, we got a phone caller. I think Steve DeGree's on the line, helping coach this year over at Shelby Golden Lions, and they tonight played in the Q Tucker game of the week. Athletic Association, y'all should have invited her down to watch this and fed her and bring her a limo down and enjoy what she made. Steve and I know you guys won big tonight, and just in my opinion, you guys don't have, and they don't. It's not good for either team. It doesn't help you guys prepare for the playoffs. It doesn't give Highland Tech, if you're a player on one of those teams, on that team, Dennis, winning a football game is what you want to win. Not, hey, I'm gonna go practice this week. I know I'm gonna lose 72-0. So
yeah.
But Steve does call every week. I want to thank you for giving us a call, Steve, and tell us a little bit about that game.
Well, Kevin, you're exactly right. It was like 58-0. It was like 58-0 at halftime. We got the ball first, and second play of the game, we scored a touchdown. And from there, it was just a rout. I think I counted maybe they might have had like 25 players. And you're right, it's just not fair.
Well, Steve, I want to congratulate you on covering the spread. The spread was 70-0, and you guys beat them 72-0.
Yeah, I told the guys, Shelby, that they scored my number because I was 72 at Shelby High.
There you go.
I told them, I said, y'all scored my number tonight, and we moved up a JV player who actually wore that number tonight. And I told him, I said, it might be a good omen for you, young man. You get to come up with the 72, and we scored 72. But getting back to what Thompson, the final, was talking about, it doesn't really help us in the playoffs, the competition that we're playing. We brought up JV players. We played everybody that dressed. Everybody contributed. And when you got 58 at halftime, what can you tell your kids? You know, you just couldn't let up. They had one good chance to score, but our second team defense stopped them. Dalen Dean, he had another good night. I think he threw maybe 4 touchdowns. He maybe got like maybe 15 or 16 touchdowns. But the key is he's not throwing an interception all year. And that's pretty good. And the offensive line, they opened up some holes for Bryson Key and the Petty kid. And the Hollifield kid scored a touchdown. It was just an overall effort. We didn't want to get anybody hurt. So the second half, we didn't play none of our starters. So our stats for maybe Santana Hopper and Malachi Hammer is not going to look like anything because they didn't play the second half.
Well, stat-wise, you're right, Steve, but the Highland Tech game, it's a wash for you guys. Let's look ahead to next week. You know what you got coming. You know what happened tonight. Give us your thoughts, Steve. You've been in this rivalry, from the Shelby side, give us your viewpoints and what you see coming down the road this next week.
Well, when it was 20-7, then I was about like you. I thought it was all she wrote for the Chargers.
Yep.
But that just shows you it's not never over until it's over. And that right there is going to be a good momentum boost for those Chris Chargers. But they got to come to Blanton Stadium next week. So, plus that will give us extra incentives to practice order this week because there's not going to be a JV game on Thursday for Shelby. So our straight concentration will be on our game for Friday. And I know one thing, you better get there early because there's going to be a bunch of people there. Like the guy sitting on the road before me, you better get there early because there's going to be a bunch of people there. I'm just looking for a great game. But it does mean something to the kids. But for the standings meaning, it really don't mean anything.
Yeah. It's a non-conference game. No big deal one way or the other. But, Steve, when you go to McDonald's, when you go to church, when you're driving around in the neighborhood, when you go visit your cousin, this game is a blood game. You know that.
And you're right, because I go to the Dominic Chris Church. So I'm already just ate by once I go into church. So I just want my guys to show up and play good and need to have a good week of practice because you win on Fridays on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You just don't come out there on Friday and play. So we're gonna have got to have a good week of preparation, which I know Coach Will Banks will do that, and the rest of the coaching staff will come out with a good game plan. And like I say, they're gonna kick off, and we're gonna kick off, and we're gonna play between the hash marks, and have a good slobber knocker come Friday.
Well, what does Shelby bring offensively to this game, Steve? You're there, you see them.
Well, I've coached these kids, and I be there with them every day. they're going to come. They're going to play hard. They won't give up. And Coach Emmer, who's the offensive coordinator, he's always got a good game plan. And if they just execute the way we're supposed to, and maybe we would stop Eli Hall and that linebacker, the Beeson kid, we may be okay. But we're going to be on our A game because Chris ain't going to lay down. Just because we Shelby, Chris is not going to lay down. Because remember, we are everybody's state championship. Everybody wants to beat the Golden Lions.
Well, I'm gonna stake you out on a limb here, Steve. Which is better, the Shelby offense or the Crest defense, or the Crest offense and the Shelby defense? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I'm gonna say Shelby both ways. I'm not finna do that. I put my guys up against anybody because I'm not with them every day. I see how they work. I see their work ethic. I see what the coaches put into the preparation. I don't know if anybody practice harder than we do because we do certain things every day, to make us try to be fresh for the fourth quarter. And if you get behind, we try to do certain things to get us back in the game. So, I'm going to put my guys against up anybody.
Well, you should have come out tonight pretty much injury-free, so that would leave your guys in good shape. I'm not sure how Crest came out injury-wise or whatever. I know they probably have stomach ulcers from the way that game went. But George Blanton Stadium, next week, 7:30 kickoff. It will be another game for the ages.
Yeah, and two, it's going to be another incentive because we didn't get to play them last year.
Yeah.
And the last time we played Crest, I believe we put like 50 up on them. So I know Coach Eccles will use that for the motivating factor. And when you're a senior, this is your last year to get to play against Shelby. And at Shelby, they're senior. This will be your last time to play against Crest. This is a great rivalry game.
Well,
it's a great rivalry game. Bragging rights for Cleveland County.
I don't think there's a bigger rivalry anywhere in the state of North Carolina than these two little schools that are 8 miles apart and have storied traditions in the football and winning state championships and playing one another toe-to-toe, cheek-to-cheek, and I expect nothing less next week.
And me too. No kids on both teams. Love all the kids on both teams. Going to get on the green grass. And the team that's prepared the best, that's the team that's going to win.
Well,
but like I said, I'll put my Golden Lions up against anybody.
Well, we'll be here next week, Steve. We got to pay some bills right now, so we're going to take a little break, and we'll talk with you later.
All right, fellas. And Kevin, don't worry about what the critics say. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for calling. Have a great weekend, Steve. Take care.
All right, brother.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KTCBroadcasting.com.
If you're ready to make the great escape, do it with the #1 brand on the water. Yamaha Wave Runners are the most premium personal watercraft on the market with industry-first features and exciting new products like the all-new 2021 VX Series with audio packages, the must-anticipated Superjet, and the new race-ready GP Series. This is Wave Runner country. See one today at Full Throttle Powersports, located at 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Lowell.
Get the fire you desire at Future Energy Company in Shelby. Get ready for winter weather with your new Monessen or Lopi gas logs or inserts. And see them today at Future Energy Company. And there's plenty of tailgate and or backyard cookouts to be done. See the Green Mountain Pellet Grills or the Big Green Eggs. And see the Badland Series from Big Frig Coolers. All at Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby. Online at futureenergyco.com. Attention contractors. H&M Industries in Shelby sells wholesale. You get wholesale pricing, like vinyl windows as low as $149 with a lifetime warranty on frames and sash, plus low E argon, extra strength glass as low as $149, plus metal roofing, just 82 cents a square foot with a 40-year warranty. And get vinyl siding at wholesale prices too. That's H&M Industries, 3931 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-734-9900 or visit the website at hmindustries.com. Do you know what insect is responsible for over 1 million deaths a year? It's the mosquito, and chances are there is one in your backyard right now. Have your lawn treated for mosquitoes by H&H Termite Pest Control and Waterproofing in Shelby. Plus, they can treat your home for ladybugs, stink bugs, roaches, and bed bugs. Call today and feel better tomorrow with one call to H&H Termite Pest Control and Waterproofing, 520 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at hhpci.com. Just arrived at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. A big shipment of scratch and dented refrigerators. They're all sizes and all prices, and there's one right there for you. Come get your new refrigerator today. Plus, save $2 on your new mattress set. That's Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming back. Visit the website at HendrickAppliance.com, see their page at WhatsUpShopper.com, and like them on Facebook too. It's time to get your lawn ready for winter weather. It's time to head to Hojo Powersports and Equipment in Shelby for a brand new Z-Turf Aerator, now in stock and ready to roll. Also check out the lines of Red Max, Husqvarna, and Shindava trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus Ferris, Snapper Pro, Simplicity, Walker, and Hustler mowers. That's Hojo Powersports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby, online at hojopower.net. It's time to get those jams and jellies all canned up, and the place to start is Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain. Hometown Hardware has canning jars and lids, and it's time to get that yard ready for winter with grass seed, lime, fertilizer, and they've got spreaders too. And get those fall garden plants and see the big, beautiful mums. That's Hometown Hardware, 110 South Railroad Avenue in Kings Mountain. See their page at whatsupshopper.com. Tell Howard and Kyle that we sent you in.
Are you ready to tackle your banking needs? Home Trust Bank's team of expert advisors and lenders want to be your teammate. We want to hear your story, learn your aspirations, and assist you with financial needs, and provide options that are tailored to you. With a wide range of personal, mortgage, and commercial services, you will discover all your banking needs under one roof with a local and personalized touch at Home Trust Bank. Score big with Home Trust Bank. Ready for what's next. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Power Sports post-game show with Kevin and Dennis.
What's up, JP?
Not much, not much.
You ready? JP, you ready for the morning show? You ready to go to bed?
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
JP's ready to go to bed. Well, let's give.
But on the bright side, I did have an energy drink to stay awake tonight. So
wow.
I'm glad for you.
Coke Energy. It works.
Oh my goodness. All right. Scores from around the area. We got a couple more came in while we were off the air. A couple more. Here's the ones we don't have. I'm going to do that real quick. The last we had, Ashbrook led 25-7 over North Gaston. I know we broadcasted it, but I'm pretty sure that was the that was the final. So that poke is a final, 48-28. So that is our final. The only other score we had active at some point was Elkin and Surrey Central, 14-14. I can't find nothing anymore left on that. I haven't found anything on North and West Wilkes, East Surrey, and Wilkes Central. So nothing coming out of Wilkes County tonight, Dennis, on the internet. So maybe the internet's down in Wilkes County. Carver and Community School of Davidson and Christ the King at Pine Lake Prep. I don't have scores on either one of them. But we do have scores on all the other ones, Dennis. We got finals everywhere. I'm going to, let's see. I'll just go down the list myself. How about Patton 22-14 over Cherville? 42-9 Hendersonville over Chase. East Gaston wins 42-37 over Thomas Jefferson. How about another 42? Burns Bulldogs 42-0 over Bedford City. Kings Mountain 28-14 over Forest View. Crest Chargers 27-26 over South Point. Kramer wins 33-8 over Hunter Huss. East Lincoln 45-0 over West Iredale. Statesville 56-0 over Ford. Hickory 43-15 over St. Stephen's. North Lincoln 50-0 over North Iredale. Bunker Hill 15-7 over West Lincoln. Lincoln 27-7 over Bandy's. Polk County 48-28 over RS Central. Shelby 72-0 over Highland Tech. Mountain Island 42-13 over Winston-Salem Prep. Watauga 56-22 over South Caldwell. Alexander Central 42-36 over Ashe County. High Brighton 42-14 over Freedom. Brevard 42-0 over East Henderson. Asheville 65 over AC Reynolds. They'll be seeing if they can make the wild card round on Monday. McDowell 53-13 over North Buncombe. Franklin 20-16 over Pisgah. Andrews 31-7 over Hayesville. 37-6 Mountain Heritage over Owen. Murphy 29-28 over Cherokee. Madison 48-0 over Rosman. 62-14 Mitchell over Drone. Smoky Mountain 42-28. And Tuscola 37-0. Looking around the area, Dennis, welcome back. First week on the show. Any thoughts or about any of these schools that you haven't seen or heard of this year? I know, since KTC doesn't, get to do the broadcasting anymore because the local schools.
Well, I've been listening to the games.
We're almost audio now.
I've listened to some of the comments. I think there were a couple of surprises in there from some schools I didn't think were having that good a year that won tonight. Some close games that maybe, you would expect, obviously. And then, Kevin, I think that really just disturbs me is these blowouts.
Right, non-competitive. It's I don't know how you fix it. Again, maybe my two fixes for it, if I was the ruler of the world, would be roster sizes, and you do it from the previous year. They can't lie to them. You have to turn those in. And then football-only conferences.
Yeah, that would make some sense.
If you just did football only, it would fix 90% of the problems, probably, if not 99% of the problems.
You may have a 3A school that ends up playing 1A or 2A, and you may have a 2A school that could move up like Huss did and take on 3A schools.
See, I asked Tom and Terry last week. I was like, well, why don't we do like soccer does? And if you win, you move up a level, and you go 0 and whatever, you got to move down a level. For Shelby, for example, how many 2A state championships do you win before, I know the Crest people and the Kings Mountain people try to poo-poo those because they're not 3A. But again, how many years do you want it to be either Shelby or Reidsville instead of making them move up to 3A like you would in soccer and then give someone else a chance to actually win it? And so, especially since we went from 8 champions to 4, like now that we got 4, Dennis, sitting here right here, and the Rebels can have some good seasons, all they can, all they want. But for the most part, do they have a chance to win a state championship in 2A?
Not really. But, hey, what about if you win 5 state championships? You got to move up.
Well, at some point, you got to move up. 3 in a row, 2 in a row. I mean, 2. No, I understand 1 you don't move up maybe, but 2, 3, 4 in a row, or 5, 10, whatever it is, once you've won a certain level, we just want fair games and exciting games. It's a health thing. You got to remember it's a contact sport. And again, while the Highland Tech kids are getting run over, someone is in the stand selling a hot dog. And that right there burns.
And they're not selling many because the fans don't want to come out and eat hot dogs because of what they got to watch.
You got to have something warm on your belly for that. But again, just when they put the conferences together, you could have looked at any of the last team. Highland Tech has been in a conference,
Kevin,
with all the charters. But
sorry to say, let's go back and do this right. Let's put the charter schools in one conference. Put the real 1A.
Now they were in one. Here's Highland Tech's biggest problem, Dennis, is they're not a charter school.
Yeah,
they're a magnet school. Yeah. So they only get the students from
other schools
in Gaston County. It's not like the charters can get any person from anywhere, and that's why their athletic program will never be or won't ever be as
then
good
let those
as
kids
the
go
other.
back and play it.
Now that you said that's what it used to be. That used to be the rule. When I played, we had kids from Highland playing. We had a kid from Highland play on Bessemer, and so I strictly remember that back then. And maybe that's best for them. Maybe it's not. You want to have school pride. They want to have football teams, but then they say, well, football is so important. We got to have it to make money. But then in baseball, we have pitch counts, and football is so important that we got to make money, but we don't have pitch counts for the quarterbacks, and we don't have headshot counts for the hitters. But if it's so important for the money, why don't we play in the spring?
Charge for the soccer team.
Why don't we play in the
spring,
too?
Charge for the golf team. Anyway.
All right, let's watch some highlights, Dennis. That's what people tuned in for tonight. A quick announcement. You just heard Steve talk about JV. Burns will play Thomas Jefferson JV at 7 o'clock next Thursday, according to my Twitter feed from Burns High School football. We'll credit them. All right, so I'm going to scroll back to the front of the night, Dennis, and we're going to go through all of our scores and highlights from tonight and as they went. And so we're going to start off, actually, believe it or not, at Crest High School. I tell you what, how about let's start somewhere else, Dennis?
Your call.
You ready? Now, this is exciting for the folks in Cleveland County. Dun, dun, dun.
Are we playing softball?
Where we at? You know where we're at? You know where that's at, Dennis?
I have no idea.
That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, is the brand new Yetis baseball field at Cleveland Community College. They're ready to practice, ready to get out there this fall, and ready to play some baseball.
How come there's no backstop?
There is one. You just can't see it.
Oh.
There's a net there.
It's an invisible backstop. I got it.
There is a net there, Dennis. You just can't see it.
The science department came up with this ray that knocks the ball down.
Why don't they make why just on a stupid here we go on a stupid subject, why aren't those nets made of fishing line?
Fishing line?
Yeah, you can see right through it, and baseballs ain't going through the fishing line. You can pull in a 50-pound carp, you can keep a baseball out.
That's true.
But Dennis, you see, yeah. So Yeti baseball, a couple announcements. We're having a golf tournament here in next week in 2 weeks, the 15th or the 15th, the two Fridays from this week, and we'll be having a golf tournament out at Cleveland Country Club and raising money, so taking donations.
And you guys broadcast their games too, don't you?
We did in the spring. We're working on being able to go back out there for next spring, so that's a maybe right now, Dennis. I can't give you 100% on that one. So there's another look at the new dugouts and new field there at Cleveland Community College. So, all right, let's do some highlights. We're going to scroll up here on What's Up Shopper. Here's our first picture of the night. Came from Robbie Roop on the sidelines at Crest High School.
Oh, Robbie.
Our next picture came from Tanner Halbert. He was getting the video for us down at Kings Mountain and Forest View tonight. First, this is after an interception, 36-yard touchdown pass. This is South Point kicking the extra point to make it 7-0. They went up.
Wow, that turned around quickly, and they were up 14-0.
Yep. This is a 1-yard run for the Burns quarterback, making it 7-0 Bulldogs. Scroll up to the next play. 2-yard run by South Point. This is one of those give it to the fullback, fall across the line, and see how far it goes. Touchdowns. 24-yard touchdown by the Bulldogs here against Bessemer City. They made it 14-0 around the end. Brian didn't have Brian Nichols. I want to thank him for tweeting during the games and everything. Said it was a testy game out there tonight, Dennis. The lot of penalty flag. I think Tom mentioned that. Here's the Crest Chargers are just short of a first down in the first quarter, Dennis. This was the measurement.
Yeah, I had a question about a few of those spots, but you know I'm prejudiced.
Kings Mountain Forest View. This is with a pick six. Forest View linebacker coming across the middle, taking the slant away from Kings Mountain and taking it to the house. That put the Jaguars up 7-0 in Kings Mountain. Interception return for Crest. This makes it 14-7 Chargers. See if you can see the ball going up to the right. I've got another view of that. I think Shannon had the backside view of that. We'll show that in just a moment. I'll get over to him. 1-yard touchdown in Bessemer City. Good. How about a Patton 1-yard touchdown? Had a lot of 1-yard punch it ins tonight, Dennis. So, I mean, it's not really big on the highlights. Here's a big run for Riley of South Point. And the Chargers tonight. Were they in their gray pants tonight, Dennis?
No, they were wearing
were those whites?
Yellow jerseys and white pants.
Okay. I could see the yellow jersey. I couldn't quite tell the color of those pants. I know you guys got like 17 different combos. So
maybe they need to change detergents or something.
It could have been any one of those. This is Beeson with a pick six for the Crest Chargers. Let's see if he comes right our way.
This is big right here.
Just a bad floating pass for South Point. I don't know what the quarterback was doing on that one. That was
they don't really pass.
Very ill-advised.
That's what got Crest was on that first play. They come out and throw a 37-yard touchdown pass.
Oh, the receiver fell down, and then he floated it. I think he was going to throw it, Dennis. Let's go. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt because he's going to fake left. They fake the pitch, and he rolls back right. I think when he goes to throw, no, he threw it, then the receiver fell down. I was about to say he threw it. Yeah, his receiver
fell down.
I was going to say I thought he fell down before he threw it, but he didn't. Receiver fell down while the ball was in the air. This is Patton and Cherville. This is the Iron Man cutting the lead to 16-8 off the end and beating them to the corner. Good run there by the Ironman. We'll talk about that in the morning. 35-yard touchdown pass for Burns made it 28-0 in the second quarter over at Bessemer City. I forgot to ask Tom. I'll ask him in the morning about the Bessemer City scoreboard if he had enjoyed it. This is Kings Mountain tying the game up 7-7 against Forest View.
Who cuts the grass over there at Kings Mountain now?
That's a good question. Let's see. This is Patton going up 28-8. Big run by the Patton Panthers. You can see they're taking out the safety. Just creamed him there, really, there on the left side. 81-yard touchdown pass. Burns going up 35-0 in the second quarter over Bedford. This is just a little swing pass. Good blocking out front, and the safety missed the tackle right there. And he was off for the races. They don't call him the safety for no reason, Dennis.
There we go.
This is that interception. No, this is the big third down stop. This is let's see, Pat. This is Cherville scoring, cutting the lead 22-14. That would be the final. So Cherville, I'm going to ask Coach Pruitt in the morning if that was the same play they scored on earlier, but I think it looked exactly like an off tackle handoff. It may have been slightly different, but it's definitely a right side handoff for the Ironman. Couldn't pull it off at home. They fall 22-14 to Patton. 13-yard pass for Burns made it 42-0, and that'll be the last score of the night for the Bulldogs right here. They're going to throw it to the left side. Nope. He's going right on this one. Sorry, I got those mixed up. Roll right, dump it off. Linebacker didn't finish the play. Bulldogs score. This is Kings Mountain going up 13-7. Watch all the tackles. I don't got the name for this kid, but wow for Kings Mountain. Number one, he just breaks tackles and shakes everybody. 1 tackle, 2 tackles, spun off him. Jen jumped back over him. 3, one guy fell down by 4, and then chased that guy who was number 4 back to the corner. If you want to count him for 5. But nice little play, Dennis. That put Kings Mountain up 13-7. This is a blocked punt. So in this game, we had a pick 6 and a blocked punt for scores in this game.
Yeah, there you go. Ran it all the way back.
It's the Kings Mountain blocked punt for the Mountaineers. This made it 21-7. Nice play. Boom, there it goes.
And a good bounce. Picks it right up.
This is 4th down stop for Crest. Stop at South Point, going up the middle. We'll get a little piece of that.
And after that, what do? Throw an interception.
Well, here's your interception. And Dennis, linebacker, this was the old classic. This is the Luke Kuechly interception right here. The linebacker picks this off. Quarterback watching his receiver. His receiver got under the corner, and I'm guessing as soon as he saw him, he throws it here, got him beat. When that quarterback let go of it, he thought he had him. And he probably did. And if that wasn't for that linebacker coming up underneath, boom, right up under him. So got him on the pick. This is look who scores on this one, Dennis, folks. 77 is going to get the ball on this. Fullback listed as, I'm guessing, as an eligible receiver. Number 77 is going to get the handoff and punch it in here for Forest View against Kings Mountain. There's the boom.
Well, that's one way to do it.
It looks like it just took a second for everybody to realize, hey, they gave 77 the ball. This is Riley with a touchdown run for South Point. Big broken tackle right there in the middle. And what could have been basically a 2-yard gain, Dennis, ended up being a touchdown there.
Yep. He's good. The kid is good. Probably had over 200 yards tonight.
Well, right here, you just watching when he gets hit, his feet go almost sideways, Dennis. Boom. His feet are almost sideways. He puts his hand on the ground, keeps his balance, and takes off.
That's the way you're supposed to do it. I understand he's a military kid from Florida who was not playing down there. The coach wouldn't put him in the game, and he came up here, and they said, what do you want to play? And he said, fullback. And they had a fullback. And so finally when the fullback got hurt, they said, okay, we might let you play.
Sometimes coaches get in their own way, Dennis. Get in their own way. 26-21. This is Green with a touchdown catch with 8:50 left in the game. Goes by the corner. Safety every bit up the middle, and Green with the post right by over the safety's head. Safety's, I don't know what I'm sitting there watching him. He's going the other way. And Green blew right by the corner there. This is Kings Mountain going up 28-14, just on a little punch in. Nothing much going there. Not much of a highlight. This is Adams throwing a pass, Dennis.
Yeah, and it's good.
It's straight up in there. It just kind of almost looked like a punt. 2-point conversion good. 27-26 Crest with the victory. South Point attempts a field goal. This is the field goal as time expired. From 53. It landed.
Boy, you expected a high school kid to kick a 54-yard field goal. He
might have been close. He might have been good from 50. It was close. It was close to almost getting it. It landed pretty much on the back line of the goal line.
And he's a very good kicker, I understand.
So, well, they didn't. They, of course, went for it from 50 yards out. But there's your highlights for tonight, folks. I want to thank everyone who tagged us here on KTC Broadcasting with the highlights and the scores, the YMCA over in Kings Mountain, and everyone else around. I want to thank you, each and every person for tuning in tonight and talking to us and calling us and and anything else that you did, and scores, highlights, and more. There's our some of our stuff going on the Twitter. Let me pull up your scoreboard for you folks. Final score to get your scores up. I'm going to finish some of those. Dennis, if you want to start reading scores.
All right.
And then I'll catch up with you after in just a second.
I'm looking at Patton and Cherryville here. It was Patton 22, Cherryville 14. Chase, surprisingly tonight, got beat by, I guess it was North Buncombe. I can't read that, but it's 42-9. Chase went down. Hendersonville.
You got the sheet in front of you?
Yeah. Thomas Jefferson lost tonight, 42-37 to East Gaston. Burns, of course, 42-0. It was Forest View Jaguars 14, Kings Mountain 28. We talked about the South Point Crest score. It was 26-27 Crest. Ashbrook Greenwave 25-7.
That's the last one.
Oh
we
yeah,
got,
it's still red. I'm sorry.
We don't. I can't find another score, but 25-7 last we got. We assume Ashbrook won.
And it must have been storming somewhere down around Belmont tonight because Kramer beat the Huskies 33-8. East Lincoln 45-0 tonight over West Lincoln. No, not West Lincoln.
Yeah, West Iredell.
West Iredell. Fred T. Ford Tigers scored nothing tonight, but that's okay because their opponent scored 56 tonight, if I can see. Statesville.
Yeah, Statesville.
And Hickory,
I'm back
again
with you now.
victorious tonight, 43-15 over
the St. Stephen's Indians.
Indians.
All right, North Lincoln 50-0 over North Iredell. Bunker Hill 15-7. Dennis, in a low-scoring game tonight. How about Bandy's falling?
Defensive struggle.
Yes, it was. How about Bandy's falling 27-7 at Lincoln?
And this one surprises me. This West Lincoln a game there where they got beat 7-15.
Mm-hmm. 15-7 Bunker Hill over West Lincoln. Lincoln in 27-7 over Bandy's. Polk County 48-28 over RS Central. Shelby 72-0 over Highland Tech. Mountain Island Charter 42-13 over Winston-Salem Prep. Watauga 56-22 over South
Pioneers.
Caldwell. Alexander Central 42-36 over Ashe County. High Brighton 42-14 over Freedom. Brevard 42-0 over East Henderson. Asheville 6-5 over Reynolds. McDowell 53-13 over North Buncombe. Tuscola 37-0 over North Henderson. 42-28 Smoky Mountain over West Henderson. Mitchell wins tonight big, 62-14 over Drone. The last score we got, Elkin and Surrey was 14-14. I haven't seen anything come across since then. I was one of the early scores I got, Dennis. I thought that was going to be easy to get scores tonight, but nothing since then. Let's see. Forbush and North Surrey were postponed. Only thing it said was it's postponed. It didn't say why. West Wilkes and North Wilkes still nothing. Wilkes Central nothing with East Surrey. No scores on those. Rosman falls 48-0 at Madison. Murphy wins 29-28 at Cherokee. And Mountain Heritage 37-6 over Owen. Andrews 31-7 over Hayesville. Swain County and Robbinsville postponed. Robinsonville played a South Carolina team. I don't have that score. I think they won. And Franklin 20-16 over the Pisgah Bears. Next week's schedule, Dennis, Crested Shelby.
Yeah, I heard they might be playing
on
next
WOHS.
week.
West Lincoln at Newton Conover on WLON.
How about Cherryville at Highland Tech?
Cherryville at Highland Tech next week.
And Thomas Jefferson at Burns.
Yes, we'll have that on Waggy. So Thomas Jefferson at Burns. So Burns, folks, if you're listening, we've got next week on Waggy. We don't have the week of the 15th. Then we've got at Cherryville and at Shelby. So you guys will be on the radio 3 of the next 4 weeks. Shelby will be on 3 or 4 of the next 4 weeks, depending on what we do with that Husk Crest game. That may be Shelby East Gaston, Dennis. And then over on Waggy, of course, Ironman at Highland, Ironman at home against Jefferson and Burns, then Ironman at Bessemer City to end the season on Waggy. Chase at Polk County. Next week is Jefferson at Burns, then Chase at Polk County, Patton at Chase, and RS Central at Chase, who fell tonight, Dennis, to Hendersonville.
And that last week, Burns and Shelby, Lincolnton, West Lincolnton, Cherryville, Bessemer City, RS Central Chase, rivalry week right there, Kevin. That's all you can say.
Yeah, last week's going to be fun for everybody. Chase, looking at the power poll, tomorrow morning, folks. Tomorrow morning, tune in Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. We're talking NASCAR, high school football, NCAA football, and NFL picks, and Major League Baseball playoffs Saturday morning, 8 a.m., 10:15 a.m. Tune in every Saturday on WCSL in Cherryville on the radio. We're live on YouTube Saturday mornings. We'll have highlights and more. And tomorrow morning, I'll give the full updated power poll. But I can tell you right now, Dennis, we do have a new number one. The Statesville Greyhounds will be the number one team in the power poll next week when we come in to do the show. So there's the schedules and the games and more, Dennis.
Have the batteries in your calculators charged up as Kevin goes through this tomorrow and figures out that Crest is now ahead of South Point since they beat them by 1 point.
Yep, they'll be ahead of them. South Point lost 1 point tonight. They got 9 points. All right, JP, play us away. It's time to get out of here. I want to thank Dennis. Good to see you, Dennis. Good to see you.
It's good to be back, Kevin. Thank you for carrying me tonight.
We'll see you guys in the morning. JP's here. We'll be back in the morning. Tom Sinafani, Terry Reinhardt. We're talking high school football. Each and every person that allows KTC to do what they do, we want to thank you, schools, families, and everybody else. We'll see you in the morning. KTCBroadcasting.com.
One of the reasons you do what you do when you want to be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
If you're ready to make the great escape, do it with the number one brand on the water. Yamaha Wave Runners are the most premium personal watercraft on the market, with industry-first features and exciting new products like the all-new 2021 VX Series with audio packages, the must-anticipated Superjet, and the new race-ready GP Series. This is Wave Runner country. See one today at Full Throttle Powersports, located at 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Lowell.
It's time to go picking at Gaston Pickers in Gastonia. They are now open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m., Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5. Come check it all out. 28,000 square feet of vendors with antiques, collectibles, furniture, and more. And vendor space is available by calling 704-852-7055. Check out some of the booths at whatsupshopper.com and online at GastonPickers.net. Like them on Facebook too. Gaston Pickers, 503 Long Avenue in Gastonia, or exit 19 off I-85. Your local train comfort specialist, Roland Black Heating and Cooling, has been serving Gaston County with quality-built train heating and air conditioning systems for over 45 years. Hurry and call today to check out the great deals on train systems offered by Roland Black Heating and Cooling. Whether it's commercial or residential, Train is there for you. Ask about your new, super efficient Train XV20i today. Call Roland Black for all the details, 704-865-1375, or go online at rolandblack.com and request an appointment. Again, call 704-865-1375. Roland Black Heating and Cooling, 501 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.